Okay, instead of takes, how about boys sorry, let me start again.
You started off so strong and then crumbled. Okay, let's
You described a lot of my life.
Welcome to the 3 Takes of Stupidity. This is the 4th take, where we look back on the recent trilogy. This time, we did Zombies. I'm joined by Chandler Monk.
Hello.
James Robbins.
Hiya.
And I'm Alex Clinton. It's 3 weeks later, we're in a world with war, and we're going back into Zombieland.
I enjoyed that. That wasn't that bad, Alex.
I hated every second of that. I felt like I was doing some sort of like corporate after dinner drinks. It was horrible.
Oh yeah, it was cringe like that, but it was good. Like that Dermot O'Leary would have crushed that on some corporate stage. Yeah. That was very Dermot O'Leary. Nice, but not funny.
I liked it. It was smart and clever.
I wasn't sure whether we should do it with this record, but it has been another week, so we may as well fill some time with what we've been watching, what we've been doing.
I will give a quick update on my stolen bike.
Oh, do you have an update on the stolen bike?
It's not that interesting, to be honest. I called up the people who manage the block of flats I live in, and apparently there is CCTV, which unfortunately due to GDPR they can't show me, but they said they've sent it to the police, which I call bullshit on, because I got a letter from the Hertfordshire Constabulary saying, "Fuck off! We've done all we can do about your bike, essentially." So I'm not going to get my bike back. So if you are looking for a grey Crossfire Carrera large frame bike, please do let me know, and I can buy it off you.
Or if you've stolen it and want some nice footage of the incident, please let them know.
Yeah, have you actually looked on Facebook Marketplace and stuff?
I've looked on Facebook Marketplace and I've looked on Gumtree, and I can't find it yet. But I'm going to keep looking here and there, see what happens. What I am going to do, I will buy a new bike eventually. I'm going to do, I think you suggested it to me last week, James, is put an AirTag under the seat.
Yeah.
So it's hard to remove it. Yeah, exactly. It's something.
Yeah, you got those little sticky wall hooks that did it for me.
Yeah. But no, if you do have any information, please. I actually kind of miss my bike. I miss my cardio.
Sorry,
it's really frustrating.
Laughing. It's so shit. The fact that it was stolen at the sheds and not at the gym, outside the gym or something. It's stolen from where you live. That means someone's got in specifically to do that, or it's one of your neighbours.
Maybe. See, I thought that as well. So I looked because there's multiple bike sheds. I looked to see if someone's just moved it. They haven't.
I would do that again in a few weeks. Check again.
Maybe. But yeah, in terms of what I've watched this week, I watched Captain America: A Brave New World.
Oh yeah.
On Disney Plus, and the overarching critique and review I have of it is just one word, and it is meh.
Yeah, mine was fine. It wasn't bad.
My annoyance with the film is that Red Hulk is coming. It's in the trailer, so it's happening, right? So the whole intrigue of what's going on? Why are these weird things happening? You're just exactly what's going to happen, and you know why it's coming. So all you're doing is sat there for an hour and 20 minutes just going, where the fuck's Red Hulk? Where's the interesting bit of this film? So if they'd put the Red Hulk bit, if they wanted to keep the Red Hulk bit in the trailer, fine, but make sure that's in the first 10 minutes. So you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? Or you keep Red Hulk out of the trailer so no one knows what's happening. But other than that, meh. It's just there. Again, a film that filmed.
I feel like you're exactly right. What annoyed me about it, and they did it a little bit in the TV show, but not everyone. Disney and Marvel have changed their tact because the way they were doing it, they have to watch a TV show to understand the films. Pardon, it wasn't working. And the film quality dipped, let's be real. The film quality since Endgame has been pretty poor. I thought Brave New World was good, but my problem is you've got not only a depowered Captain America. I mean, you say depowered, he's got a freaking vibranium suit and can launch himself around like a freaking missile that never breaks. He's still pretty strong, and his wings work like the sharpest knives in the world. But you've got a black Captain America, and given the state of the Western world right now, you could make a really interesting film based around the struggles of trying to be a black Captain America in the modern world and in general. Like that, they got Isaiah Bradley in it, who was based upon a real thing where the U.S. military experimented on black soldiers, and they experimented on him and made him like the secret Captain America in it. And now you've got a new black Captain America. Like, do something interesting, do something in the story where you talk about that, critique that. But they didn't at all. It's just sanitized, which was silly. You could have done something really interesting, and they didn't. It's just annoyed me.
Captain America is the worst superhero.
To be fair, they do touch on that more in the show in Falcon and the Winter Soldier when they discover him. But yeah, you're right. Just
it's so easy, right? It's so easy. How easy is that?
Here's the thing about this film.
It's a slam dunk right there.
It doesn't deserve this much airtime.
Nah.
It genuinely doesn't.
I wouldn't say don't watch it. It is alright. Like I really like Anthony Mackie. I think Anthony Mackie's fantastic. And drawing a blank. Harrison Ford, yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford's, I thought he was going to phone that role in, and he didn't. He looked like he actually had fun. So, like, there's good stuff in it.
Alex, what have you been watching?
I went to Bournemouth, swam in the sea for a bit, swallowed many parasites, I think, and some poo. But it was very fun. I spent the whole day in the sea, and my partner spent the whole day on the beach, which is
the classic boyfriend-girlfriend dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a bucket and spade, I probably would have dug a second channel tunnel. A hole. The option was there.
Yeah, because you really love going to France.
My second channel tunnel would have gone only to the Netherlands.
Okay, fair. Because you love that dank kush.
Yes.
This is why we leave the joke writing up to Alex and not James.
I've been fucking firing away this morning, just off record.
I don't know what. I mean, that might have landed if I knew what that was. Is it drugs?
Oh, you're so sweet.
It is drugs.
Yes.
You're so sweet, innocent boy.
James, the massive drug head. Congratulations on the new job, by the way.
Hopefully his new employer never hears that comment.
Great. Spreading lies about me.
I also, in between going to the beach and playing in the sea, started watching Rick and Morty season 8, and it's
nice.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, season 8.
It's the second season since Justin Roiland left as well, and I feel like I'm hearing a bit more the differences in the new voice actors compared to him. It's slightly off-putting at first.
I didn't find that, to be honest. When I watched last season and this, I just don't notice it, to be honest.
There's certain times you're like, oh, that didn't sound quite right.
But I think the quality is pretty good. I haven't watched season 7 since it came out, but I remember I'm thinking I'm enjoying this season more than the last. I don't know. Yeah. I can't really remember why, but I am enjoying this season. Like, there are some really funny moments and some good like concepts of episodes.
Yeah. The storylines are a bit better.
Yeah.
I watched an interview the other day, and one of the things they brought it up. They were talking about how do you feel if you met someone with this tattoo, and it was a Rick and Morty tattoo, and they were like, the show's actually, get a tattoo of things you like. And the Rick and Morty show's good. It's just the fans are the worst part about it. And that makes the show seem worse. So I was like, fair enough. I haven't watched it in a while since my lovely partner decided to watch it without me after we were watching it together.
That is a breakupable offense. If you're watching a show with your partner and one of you watches the next episode without telling the other,
whole series.
Yeah, that's awful. Genuinely awful. Like, you should have broken up with her there and then.
Fuming. I was fuming.
No, I disagree. Like, it's like I'm trying to watch Love Island, so follow me watching Love Island. So I'll continue with that.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. Like, if you've agreed not to continue. Yeah. But if you're like committed to watch a series together,
it should be a teamwork thing.
What, Love Island?
No.
Yeah,
It's
Love
about
Island.
love. It's about love.
I still
It's
can't
not,
believe
it's
you watched
about-
Love Island.
it's-
I need
it's
to make
about-
that's awful.
It's about passing STDs in a nice environment.
I was scared. Oh no, I can't put that on it. I can't put that in the record.
You're gonna say that sounds just like my home life.
No, this not going in the record. But I was chat. Some of them watch it and fucking. One of them was just going,
Oh.
Shakira's got great tits.
Old men doing old men things.
Yes.
They brought up Shakira's tits again, and I was just cracking up. And one of them goes, I don't know who Shakira is. And I was like, you don't know who Shakira is? Her hips don't lie. And they were like, no, Love Island. I'm like, oh, okay. Fair. I don't know who Shakira is. Joke's on me.
That's hilarious. That's really funny. James, what have you been up to? Watch this week.
So I've continued and finished season 1 of Vinland Saga. Very good. It's very Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones animated with Vikings. It's great. It's so fucking good. And then I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
It's good, isn't it? It's enjoyable.
It's enjoyable. The thing with the Sonic film,
It's a kids' film, but it's fun.
Yes. But I grew up with these. I love Sonic 3, especially is based upon my favorite game as a kid, Sonic Adventure 2. Fucking love that game. I don't think they've quite got the balance of like the Mario film did, for example, or Pixar did, where they're like the kids' films, but equally as good for adults. I don't think they've quite got it. They are very they're very high budget Spy Kids. The Sonic films, a little bit.
Spy Kids.
I love Spy Kids as well. I mean, I won't watch it because I don't want to ruin my nostalgia. But and I've never really loved Ben Schwartz's depiction of Sonic. I think Sonic should be a 90s skater cool bro, whereas he's a bit more goofy. But that's just by the by. That doesn't matter. But yeah, it's fun. My problem with Sonic 3, it was an enjoyable watch, is in Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow is friends with this girl called Maria. And in the game, they don't pull any punches. She dies the way she should die in the story, and that is she's gunned down.
This is a kids' film.
She is gunned down. In this one, they're about to gun her down, and then someone pushes it, and it shoots a barrel of energy in, and it explodes, and she dies, but everyone else is fine. I'm like, you copped out there. To the director of Sonic 3, that girl should have been gunned down. That's the source material.
I feel like this is a hill James is going to die on.
I said to Emily,
someone being gunned down.
I've said to Emily for ages, I was like, if they don't gun down that girl in this film like they do in the source material, this is an absolute failure and a cop-out. This is bullshit.
I didn't have James wanting a girl to be gunned down on my bingo card today.
I said to Emily, when I told her I watched it, she was like, did they kill the girl the way you want? And I'm like, no. They copped out. Because one soldier had morals and tried to stop him. She was about to be gunned down. Fuming. Absolutely livid.
I feel like we need to move on from this to James's own mental health.
The fourth take. This is something we've wanted to do for a while. With you guys, our audience, all 20 of you.
For now.
For now. Giving your takes. But we don't quite have enough of you yet. So we've got a couple of questions and points from people. But ultimately the show is here to look at the genre beyond our trilogy. So here's the fourth take on zombie films, and we'll try and do this. Well, actually not try, we will do this going forward, but hopefully next time with your comments and questions.
We sound needy.
We are needy. We are very needy. So yeah, I really enjoy doing this zombie take, this zombie trilogy. I think, James, you are right. They're not meant to be sort of watched in a row because they are very tropey.
I imagine that's the same for any genre, to be honest. Especially when you're watching such well-known films from it. You know what I mean? That they all try to do something a little bit different, but they're ultimately the same film.
I like the fact that zombie films, as I said during 28 Days Later, was like a proper character study in how people fall into like base traits very quickly when societal norms are fucked off.
Yeah.
Whereas it's slightly different in both Zombieland and World War Z, where they're not like humans are the real animals and humans are the real enemy, but they concentrate on Zombieland concentrates on like a found family aspect of bringing people together and like trying to survive in the world, whereas World War Z then concentrates a bit more on a macro scale
about leaving your family behind and going to fight zombies.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say leaving your family behind, but I'd say it more concentrates on a macro on like a macro level of like, okay, how do we as a society keep ourselves trying to be a society instead of just everyone kills everyone sort of thing.
Is World War Z perhaps... This is a bit of a macabre view. But is World War Z perhaps the most realistic?
No.
Is it just because you don't want it to be?
No, I see what you're saying in that it would probably be a case of the world gets taken over by zombies and the American military immediately, without a second thought, go, this must be our time to rule the world. But I think generally 28 Days Later is the more realistic one.
Well, I think it's, maybe, but that's very much, I don't know, because it's in a sense of that it didn't spread beyond the UK, whereas that's pretty unrealistic. We just had a pandemic, right, and it spread across the world very quickly, and then governments had to intervene very quickly, and some intervened quite heavily. China, for example, would lock down and very, very fast at the sign of a couple of people being infected with COVID, whereas other countries were slower and did other things. Now, we're not talking about these countries going in and bombing a populace for having COVID, but in a world of zombies, highly infectious, and also in World War Z, we'll talk about different types of zombies in films later on, but borderline super strength, powerful zombies, highly infectious. I could totally see like countries bombing their own cities and freaking nukes going off to try and contain it at a certain point.
So I will agree. I will not agree. I will say that any zombie film you watch is completely different now after COVID and the pandemic compared to watching it 20 years ago. I think watching all these films with the context of COVID and what happened is very different when you watch these films.
Only because we've lived through it. There have been pandemics before.
True. Yeah, you're right. I would argue actually that Zombieland is actually probably the most realistic, because I think these three films actually take the zombie apocalypse at different points in their actions. Like World War Z is like, this is day one. This is the apocalypse right now. Like, it's happening in front of our eyes.
Wait, when's 28 days?
28 days is obviously 28 days after it's happened, which is very much the thing of what do we do? We're still trying to find military or like the government, and is there anyone else out there? Zombieland this has happened months now, and everyone's dead.
Or was it 2 months?
What's that?
Was it 2 months or 2 weeks, Zombieland? It wasn't that long.
I think it was 2 months. But it's still at a different point of where, like, you know, I'm just trying to find out who is still alive. I'm not trying to look for the government. I'm not trying to look for a cure. I'm just trying to find out who else is around and are my family surviving somewhere else. And then they find three other people. Like, Columbus finds three other people and decides, okay, no, this is now my family and this is who I want to try and survive with. So I think it's actually interesting. We've picked three zombie films that come at the zombie take on like different points in the timeline without sort of thinking about it.
Makes me want to go see 28 Years now, even though I've heard mixed reviews.
That's why I think Zombieland is actually the most realistic, because it's just about, right, I'm just going to try and survive. I found these three people who I kind of enjoy being around. One of them I want to fuck. You know, Columbus and Wichita. Yeah, exactly. That's realistic. So yeah, and it's just about like trying to have some fun with some people and try and survive. So that's why I think Zombieland's actually arguably the most realistic.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that their motives are the most realistic in Zombieland. I think 28 Days Later, where they're instantly like, we need to find a government, we need to find the army. It's like, no. We know that zombies are pretty bad anyway. We don't want to find the zombies that are armed with guns. It'd be worse. In World War Z, the motive of... I don't even know what the motive is from anyone else apart from Brad Pitt's character. Everyone else just seems to be like, let's just live on this boat and have the American Navy destroy everything.
Well, no, they want a cure or something. You know what? I think there's realistic aspects to all of them. I do think you guys are being a little bit... You're leaning very positive in saying Zombieland's the most realistic, and I think you're ignoring the dearth of humanity. The dregs of humanity.
Oh yeah, there are some terrible, terrible people out there. Case in point, the three of us.
The end of... Yes, okay, I'm not going to compare us to soldiers that want to just keep women in cages and rape them, like at the end of 28 days. That would happen. Unfortunately, that's realistic, because people suck. And then in World War Z, I don't know, I just feel like that's an accurate representation of a government's intervention in it. And I can't let go of the clear motorways in 28 Days fucking Later. But it's funny you mentioned about the days, because the how long it's been since infection, because I think all of them have a slightly different infection rate. World War Z is ridiculous. It is hyper virile. Like, Christ.
No. World War, like, into saying that,
World War Z is quick.
28 Days Later is actually worse than World War Z. Because 28 Days Later is any drop of blood, you're done for.
True.
Like, any fluid from your body, you're done, right? And you're within like a minute. Whereas World War Z, Brad Pitt gets it in his mouth, and he doesn't turn. It's the actual act of being bitten.
It's different reasons, right? The zombies in World War Z are definitely way more... They're a bit weaker in 28 Days, but you can get blood in you, just a little drop in your eye and you go. But in World War Z, the zombies are ridiculous, super strong, super speed. They want to get you. So they're more likely to bite you, but they have
World
to bite
War Z,
you.
they are like... Yeah, World War Z, they are like superhuman strength, because they are like, as Alex said in the actual full 3 takes, was they are headbutting shit,
Everything,
and getting through doors with their heads.
And Zombieland, I think they are maybe closest to the classic depiction of zombies. I think they're a bit slower.
See, I disagree there, because if you go back and watch Zombieland, they are running like around and things like that, because like obviously we have a big thing of Columbus doing cardio and having to outrun them. See, we picked 3 zombie films, which I think are actually go against the normal the normal depiction of zombies, because all of them can run essentially. Like 28 Days Later, they hired athletes to be the zombies so they could depict how fast they could be. World War Z, they're superhuman strength Captain America.
That's the original, the arms out, slow walking zombie thing. That's just not scary.
So that's why I think, like, if you look more at films like other zombie films like Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, and if you go into like the Walking Dead TV show, they are, I think, your normal depictions of zombies, slow moving, easy to defeat if you have 1 or 2 of them. But as soon as you get a big horde of them, and it's like an onslaught of them, then it becomes dangerous essentially.
In saying that, you could say that Zombieland isn't the most realistic because of the scene in the little hut where Woody Harrelson just takes them all out with a couple of magazines and a handgun.
Yeah. 2 handguns and like 50 bullets defeats 100 zombies.
Yeah. He's getting them all to line up so you can get double kills.
So it's actually interesting. We didn't. I think it's interesting that we're doing this now, and we're like talking about the different types of zombies, because we've unintentionally picked 3 zombie films where then none of them are like the normal depiction of horde of zombies. They're like, we are going to run the fuck at you and see if we can get to you.
The zombie gate is a named TV trope in how they move. and the kind of first examples of the slow moving arms out zombie gate is from like the Magic Island, and then a movie called White Zombie, which I've not heard of these. It's noted in kind of Night of the Living Dead, but previous zombie films were based upon what we found out when we did the first one, which I had no idea, that zombies come from a voodoo kind of mythological concept from like Haitian culture and such, I think it was, which I never knew. And I mentioned in a previous record, all of these are infection based, but I would love to see I think now with film having more, I don't know, I feel like there's more acceptance to step away from realism way more now than when the zombie films in 2009 were released, because everything was, hey, Zack Snyder's DC-verse, let's put superheroes in a realistic environment kind of thing, a dark world. That was the idea. Whether it didn't, I don't personally think it hit like that.
Gritty, I think the word you're looking for. It was very much described as gritty.
The early Marvel films wanted to use science, and like Thor said, magic is just science beyond your understanding, which absolutely has been retconned because there's literal magic in it now. There was definitely a move for movies to be more to lean on, let's put this thing in the real world. I think now let's have a voodoo-based zombie film. That would be really cool. And I don't know of many films that I don't know of any zombie films that have accurately depicted the origin of the zombie. Why have we not had that?
I can think of one. Let me just get its name. I want to name it correctly. I'm pretty sure this is voodoo based. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Which actually, looking at pictures of it now, is terrifying.
The slow-moving zombies makes way more sense because they're meant to be reanimated dead people, to be fair. Their bodies are meant to be falling apart. Whereas I think the infection ones we've seen are, people aren't necessarily dead, they're infected with a virus, and it's like that, like how when you get adrenaline, people have lifted up cars. It's just, you can use your muscle until it breaks your arm, sort of thing. So they're super strong. It's kind of like releasing any inhibition in the brain. Whereas the old one, they're just sluggish and walking. That's quite scary. But I feel like they just fall apart.
But I think it's the difference in terms of the fear of them, because like in Zombieland, World War Z, and 20 Days Later, one is terrifying, right? One zombie running at you full pelt and with superhuman strength is terrifying.
Yeah,
it's like it's playing on that fear of like 1v1, whereas like Shaun of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, etc., the slow moving zombies, it's more about the fear of them, like fear against the many, because as I said, one is easy to take out because they're slow moving or you can run away, whereas you get groups of them, then it becomes more of an issue. So it's more about fear of the collective than fear of just one.
Sorry, I'm just reading something.
Let me pause here while James reads something off the internet.
Well, I was just trying to find this. The original zombies apparently weren't, like, in the voodoo culture, weren't cannibalistic. So I was just wondering where that came into it, and they were actually like reanimated people to be kind of slaves, which is, I can only imagine comes from a more horrendous historical worldview.
So Alex is now sending us the Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island photos. They are fucking terrifying.
They are terrifying, aren't they? Oh my god, I've just gone down a rabbit hole of looking at this film. It's just horrendous. We should have done this. This is horrible.
You'll watch that fucking anime.
I think this is a good time. I think this is a good time for us to talk about like the other types of zombie films we could have done and ones we maybe should have done. So the obvious one is Shaun of the Dead.
Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. Oh yeah,
and Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. I think we stayed away from not doing Shaun of the Dead on this occasion because we want to save that for when we do basically the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'd be more interesting to do when we can compare all three of them instead of just one out of the case. However, in saying that, the Cornetto trilogy, when you listen to Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright talk about them, they're not about the genres they're in. They're using those tropes of that genre to tell different stories, which are basically more like friendship stories, you know.
But that's why, that's why it's really. I think it's important we try and keep the Cornetto trilogy together because it also is perfect for our format. You know, unofficial trilogies, basically.
That's fair point.
And they just would fit. And I think comparing them would be more interesting than just shoving one into something like this because it's just going to be the best. And Edgar Wright's a genius. Alex, I think, is always tired. He's tired. Alex is tired. I thought he was going to talk. I thought he was mad that we didn't do Shaun of the Dead because he was the.
No, I was trying to move on from Scooby Doo. Stop. I think we also missed the chance to do Dawn of the Dead as well. I feel like that is a. Did it come out before 28 Days Later?
Yeah, it's 1978.
Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
That's a long time before.
No.
Yeah.
There's the George A. Romero original, which is like the 60s or 70s, and then there is a remake of it. I think in the early 2000s. But if we'd done it, we would have done the original.
It's wildly believed to be the best zombie film of all time, or in most top fives. It's number 1 on IMDb. It's number 5 on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is a really interesting top 5. It has One Cut of the Dead, which is a Japanese film, I believe, and then Train to Busan, which is a Korean film, as a top 2, and then it gets to Night of the Living Dead, the reanimated, like your classic. You know, it's considering a classics after that. Shaun of the Dead is number 6. But Dawn of the Dead, it's Empire have it as number 1, then Day of the Dead. 28 Days Later, number 3.
I'm just looking at some special effects used in the original Dawn of the Dead. I'm glad we didn't do it, because I don't think it's aged that well.
You two love shitting on a classic.
No, hang on, fuck off. When we did Karate Kid for martial arts, you guys were shitting on it, going, this is shit, and I was like, no. This brings in this originated tropes of the martial arts films. Like, that's why you think it's overplayed and overdone.
What was the one?
I thought Enter the Dragon. Yeah, no, because I just thought it looked shit.
Oh, no, that was.
I completely
it looked
disagreed.
Amazing. It was only what
I completely disagreed with your cinematography points. I was like, nah, you're bullshitting here.
I was like, did you watch it on a dodgy stream or something and not get a good view?
No, I watched it on Amazon Prime. Thank you very much.
That film was beautiful. You didn't have eyes.
It was beautiful.
I think there's a one to talk about, and this is a comment I got from my girlfriend, my partner, because she really wanted us to do a certain zombie film. It would have been Chandler's pick, but he decided against it. I asked her for some thoughts on zombie films. She goes, "I hate zombie films. That's my thought. You should have watched Warm Bodies. World War Z is trash."
You see, I would agree with that. Like, I'm probably going to go watch Warm Bodies in my own time because it is lauded as very, very good and a very different take on the zombie genre. However, as I said, I wanted to do World War Z because I kind of wanted to do a trash film because I wanted us to basically talk about how dumb of a film it is. And I really enjoyed recording our last week episode. I really enjoyed editing it back. I think we had a lot of fun doing a trash film. I think we should do more trash films in the future, to be honest.
It's tough to find them, but I would disagree with that. I think Warm Bodies is it's zombie propaganda to try and make us all believe that they're lovable creatures. They're not really. They're just hungry for brains. This one happened to be hungry for a nice young lady's
Pussy.
brains.
I don't know. Well, her brains, maybe something else.
Her booty.
That zombie be eating groceries. It's a different take, though. Like, it's different. I feel like Warm Bodies is definitely from it's got to be loosely inspired by like Twilight. Someone falling in love with a werewolf or a vampire. A vampire that's not really a vampire, let's be real. It's a far cry from vampires. But Warm Bodies again, they're like, oh, someone's gone, werewolf, vampire. What if someone fell in love with a zombie?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, to be fair. Like, we know that Twilight fanfiction has become very, very famous with 50 Shades of Grey. So, probably.
Yeah.
You guys knew that, right? That 50 Shades of Grey was originally Twilight fanfiction.
Yeah, which is
gross,
hilarious.
Gross. She was stringing up a werewolf and then Rogering him at a truncheon. Turn, howl for me, bitch.
We really liked can you imagine someone reviewing that version of 50 Shades where she's Rogering a werewolf? Just reading it there. Yeah, we really liked the story. But could it be about the vampire and the woman and not someone just molesting a dog?
Honestly, we love it. But I'm going to say we're at about a 9.5 at the minute. The bestiality is an issue. It is an issue.
Yeah. We're not sure if a modern audience is going to take this. We know you've got a niche fandom.
Which is why, as we say, bestiality is kind of a no-go. Why does Warm Bodies work then?
It's still a person. It's just necrophilia.
Oh yeah, necrophilia.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the word.
We draw the line at bestiality. But necrophilia is fine.
I imagine it's going to feel like an ice pop going in there for her.
Oh, Alex.
But Warm Bodies is... Oh, God.
The penny just dropped there for James.
I think that's a kink.
For ice cream men.
The silence, like, these two guys' eyes are like, I didn't know that. I never knew that. I never knew that.
What about the people he murdered? What murder?
What murder? Did you know that this shop was selling cocaine? What? I never knew that. I never knew that. It definitely is. Warm Bodies is a film aimed probably to to women, a female audience. They fall in love and he turns human again. It's positive.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh no!
I didn't know that.
Film that came out 12 years ago. I might watch it.
Yeah, I think
it sounds
I'll
fun.
I'll give it a watch.
I will not.
Should we have probably watched it?
Is it Nicholas Hoult? It's Nicholas Hoult, isn't it?
It's Nicholas Hoult, yeah.
Yeah, I do love Nicholas Hoult. He is a very, very good actor.
And he was the highest paid on the new Superman film.
He's the most famous from it.
Yeah, true. I'd never heard of.
When you think about it,
Jake Collins,
like Nicholas Hoult, Skins, About a Boy, obviously the X-Men First Class prequel trilogy, various other things. I can't actually pinpoint something else in my head.
Was he in Angus Thongs?
No, that is Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
Ah, yeah. Same guy.
That is why I'm the knowledge on this podcast.
Same guy.
So, as James said earlier on, this is the fourth take, so we do want you guys to send in your questions about whatever our trilogy is for those few weeks, or comments.
And your thoughts, please. Not even questions, just your thoughts as well.
Your thoughts, yeah. 100%, get anything in. As I said, right at the moment, there's not very many of you, so your comment will definitely get read out. We did get two questions in from you lovely guys that we will discuss now. So we got this question in from Charlie, who said, "You've mentioned Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead. Do you think zombie films work better with a comedy element, or do you prefer a straight up zombie film?"
Depends on your perspective.
I think I prefer zombie films. I think I prefer I Am Legend to... fuck. No, I don't. I prefer comedy. I would rather watch Shaun of the Dead every day of the week. I'd rather watch Shaun of the Dead. I enjoy I Am Legend, if I'm using that as like the tense zombie example.
Or 28 Days Later.
No, I think I Am Legend is better than those in terms of like the intensity it creates.
I think it's just the closest one to as horror as you get, Alex, because I Am Legend isn't amazing. It's definitely worse than all three. No, not worse than World War Z. It's definitely worse than 28 Days in Zombieland, in my opinion. Although I really like I Am Legend. It's just a bit scarier.
I think if you're going off moments, I Am Legend.
I also think I Am Legend is let down by its ending. Like the ending that they went with lets the whole film down, whereas like the alternate ending they filmed and should have put on makes the film a lot better. But in answer to the actual question, I think I would say comedy element, just because I prefer comedy films. So I prefer having a good time with a film than, for the most part, than like sat there all tense on the edge of my seat. But yeah, Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead are two of my favourite films. So yeah, probably a comedy element.
I don't.
It depends what mood you're in, though. I think I think it depends on what mood you're in. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. That's where I stand. I love Zombieland, and ultimately it was voted my favourite. I think there's more rewatchability with something like Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead's amazing. But 28 Days was excellent. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to go back to it a lot. Like, once I know the story, it's a sad story and it's a quality film. But if I want to go back to something, I normally will go like something light watching. If I'm going to go back to something, it's probably because I want to fill time and it's light watching, and comedy film is lighter. So yeah, it purely depends on the mood. However, if I'm watching a new zombie film, then I just want a quality film, to be honest. And sometimes I don't need the comedy angle. Something more realistic, something interesting, something new will always get my attention. But it completely depends on mood. 100%.
I think I also want to pick up something you said. I think it also depends on perspective. Like we spoke about in Zombieland, like it offered a different perspective and a different packaging for a tropey zombie film. Whereas like comedy or horror, these films can become quite tropey. So I think it's all about the packaging. It doesn't have to be completely comedic, doesn't have to be completely horror, but it has to be packaged in a way that feels different.
These films will be separated by genre in a sense of comedy, thriller, action. They'll be separated that way. They have zombies in common. But ultimately, Zombieland is a comedy film with zombies. World War Z is a disaster movie with zombies. I think 28 Days Later is one I would say is purely zombie film. Found footage style-ish, but it's a zombie film. They're all different unboxing experiences.
So we'll go to our next one, and this comes from Jazz, who says, it's actually quite a funny question. Who would be the first to die out of the three of us in a zombie apocalypse, and who would last the longest?
James would be the first to die. Because he would try and reason with a zombie. He'd be like, "No, man, it's just a person, man. It's just a person. Just got to speak to them, man." And then the zombie would tear his throat out, and his final words would be like, "Don't be violent, man."
James lie while this is going on.
I think I would last the longest because I'll be honest, I'm very self-centered, so I do not mind sacrificing anyone to achieve my aim of living.
Would Soph agree with you? Like, are you throwing Soph into the zombies to escape?
I would hang on to her for the longest, but needs must.
I don't know.
You would not hesitate for a second. You will kill her as soon as she gets any blood on her.
No, I would obviously count to 12 first.
And that's when you'll die.
Yeah, I'll die in exactly the same way as James, where I'll be like, "No, man, no."
I think Chandler would last the longest because of his fitness in the last couple. If you go back 2 years, he's done.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but
he's done, and then he's a.
But remember, I've lost my bike, so I've lost my bike, so I don't do any cardio for the past forever.
True, but you're probably the fittest out of all of us, and. As I say, if it was Chandler the last of 2-3 years ago, then you're one of the zombies that's hard to kill. And you're the boss level on Left 4 Dead. But now, nah. Yeah, back then you're the zombie killing me and Alex. Now you're running from us. And then when me and Alex, I think it's a toss-up. I might panic. Who knows? Or to be honest, you know what? I think I'd just be like, I see the world falling apart. I'd be like, fuck this. Just make me a zombie.
You'd run into the zombies.
And we talked about cardio, and Alex can only do so. Alex can only run the width of a paddle court before he's tired. So unless he's got his racket and a paddle court, he's fucked because he's not going to run very far.
Oh, if I went to the paddle court, I could fight off zombies all day.
I think James would be the first to go because I just think you'd panic. You'd try to survive, but then just panic and just go, fuck, and then a zombie's on you.
I think I'd enjoy a baseball bat though. I'd enjoy.
Would you like a Lucille from The Walking Dead? Like a Lucille, that one wrapped around with barbed wire.
That'd be great. Give me that. Let me swing a bat around before I go. I try and have some fun with it, you know?
Yeah, fair. I also like the idea that James would throw himself into the zombies just to get away from it all. Like the idea of like during the Cold War when they got the alarms, the nuclear alarms, like people would go, right, we're just driving straight into where the blast is going to be.
Yeah, fuck it.
So I'd rather die straight away than live through the apocalypse, essentially.
So I'm fucked right now. Let's just die.
I do like that idea of James throwing himself into a pile of zombies. Not to sacrifice himself to save anyone else. Just he can't be bothered with it all.
Sounds like you just want me to be like, so disinterested. Like, for fuck's sake.
The reason I think Chandler is in the middle, because I think eventually, between me and him, as I say, I am self-sufficient. Chandler would eventually just sit there and go, I need my big drum of protein, and I need to go to the gym. And he'd go to the gym and find his old gym instructor just standing there going, ooh, and he'd just put some boxing things on him, some mitts on him, and just be like, hold him up like you used to, and he'd just be like, ooh.
So like the end of Shaun of the Dead, where Shaun doesn't want to get rid of his best friend, so he's just tied up in the garage, just playing video games.
How quickly
don't bite me.
How quickly do we think Chandler's run out of protein powder? There's no creatine anywhere anymore, and all the meat in the supermarkets is spoiled. How long do we think Chandler's using zombies for protein?
She starts cooking.
To be fair,
turns to cannibalism.
If World War Z, then technically you could cook it and eat it because he got blood in his mouth, didn't turn. So technically you think the meat would be fair game. As long as you're not bitten.
No, unless you get unless you start, I don't know, you make like cured zombie jowl and then you've eaten near their teeth and then you're fucked. Like, because apparently that's how
you'd also
works.
hate to undercook it. If you undercook it, you're fucked.
Yeah, maybe. So I think James would be first to go. And then it's a toss up between me and Alex. I think because I'm more sentimental than Alex.
Wait.
So I think that's why I would go before Alex.
Why? Why? Why are you more? Why is your sentimentality your downfall?
Because I don't think I could kill my family and
no, you're not killing. You don't have to kill them. You just don't have to go near them. You just be like
no. Like if they turn, like if one of them turned and I was near, I don't think I'd have the guts to kill them.
Oh, right, okay.
So I think they would turn and then kill me.
I've got 3 reasons though why in another world Chandler goes first. Running away does his ankle.
His bad knee.
His bad knees, bad ankle, all of that. He needs to go for a poo 7 times a day, so he's definitely dying on the toilet like in Zombieland. And 3,
true, to be fair,
this man has the most unrealistic wanking habits I've ever heard of anyone in my life. So these are three instances where this man is highly vulnerable, and like these happen almost every day. He's still not back up to speed from his leg.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
And I know that he's there.
Football. I played football for the first proper time last week, and it hurt.
And I know there's a tally chart on a whiteboard in his house tallying up how many poos and wanks he does in a day and trying to outdo each other.
Yeah, Alex has a titty count. You have a chuckle chart, and I've got a wank and
wank and poo board.
Thank you.
Why is mine the
That-
most creepy?
Oh yeah, because a titty count is worse than a wank board.
It is, 'cause at least that's your thing. And my thing is other
Yes.
people's things.
That's Chandler's hobby. Wanking and pooping.
Oh, I can't.
I have
believe-
I have an
can't-
important
I
one. though.
can't believe we're gonna release this. Oh.
Where would you go? Where would be the first place you went?
To do what? To poo or
Where
to
would
wank?
your little stronghold be?
Oh, we're just gonna go to the Winchester and wait for all this to blow over.
Nice.
I wouldn't want to stay.
That's what Chandler
I don't
dies
think
first.
I wouldn't want to stay in my flat, but like the doors to the flat are like good fire doors. They'll get into the communal area, but then the flat doors are pretty good.
I know.
Should have World
I know
War
where.
Z you here. Remember the little Juarez family that were like, this is the perfect place to stay?
Oh yeah, wrong guy straight away. I would. There's a shopping centre by my house. I would go hold up in one of those shops.
That's, again, terrible. Terrible.
That's all
You got
28
two-
days. That's 28 days later.
Oh.
They hid in a shop in a tube station.
To be fair,
Yeah,
there was
and look
some
at their quality of life. Shambles. I would go to the Isle of Wight.
But there's infections there. What? You're just gonna go on the beach?
Yeah, well, firstly, I get to be in the beach and in the sea, so I'm already very happy. And then the third one is, I imagine I will find some sort of weaponry on the way there. I kill all of them on the island. Maybe there might even be some survivors on the island, but I kill them all. And I don't actually know. No movie ever has whether the zombies can swim or not. So I'm going to assume that they can't. So I have just sailed to my own little country, and I would name it after me. I'd probably have to find and maybe there might even be some cows or some sheep that have lived through this disaster. Maybe even the odd chicken. And yeah.
Alex, mate. In Max Brooks's world, they can walk along the bottom of a body of water, and in 28 days later, they can float and paddle themselves along.
Again, the English Channel has very, very severe riptides. So again, all of those zombies are getting sent to France. Yet another win for me there.
Question about them walking along the bottom of the seabed.
Yeah.
How do they swim back up?
They don't. You walk along.
Well, they get to the shelf.
You go down. Oh yeah, if they
but
come
if
to
you
a square.
Because
Yeah.
the coast goes out and then it just goes vroom, in a lot of places.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, they're not walking along the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. They
Well,
also
I'll tell you
wouldn't be able
that.
to survive
No,
the
but
sea
what
pressure.
I will tell you, they're
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
They're not alive.
Yeah, but they're getting crushed.
Yeah,
They're
they still have
getting-
air.
they're
in
getting
them,
crushed.
though.
Yeah, they're getting. They're not.
They
not,
are some titan ass bitches.
Look, they're not crossing the Atlantic, but they can get to the fucking Isle of Wight.
No, they
got
can't.
that
They're
deep.
going to trip on all of the already dead people that are down there, and the riptides and everything.
And the
I've thought this through.
cannonballs from Napoleon days.
Yeah, that would also be absolutely terrifying to be playing at the beach and then just a zombie just appears from that. But let's make that movie where it just appears from the water and he just comes up the beach. That's terrifying.
Okay, boys, instead of takes, how about with the fourth take, we look back at our trilogy and all pick another film we could have picked instead, or if we maybe do this again in a year or two. You got any ideas?
Year or two is very ambitious for the state of this podcast.
You know, we can't. We're not gonna. We've got to keep them coming back for more and expecting it to never end.
I wish this never ends. I think if we were to do this again, I think I would take us down the original route and go Dawn of the Dead, and try and see where a lot of people have a lot of future stories have taken their inspiration from, because undoubtedly, that's where a lot of this, like Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, all those films is where the newer filmmakers and stories and writers took their inspiration from. So yeah, that's the route I would have taken us down.
I think I would probably go for Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. It's a classic. It brings joy to many, many people, and from the pictures I've sent you both, it's terrifying.
Pictures will be up on screen.
They will be up
If
on
you're
screen.
watching
They'll
this.
be here. Oh no, there. Oh wait, no. Where am I? Am I in the middle? They'll be there.
Yeah.
There. They'll be on me. They'll be on us. Ah, you can't even see us.
I think I would pick A Train to Busan, because to be honest, I had no idea it was a zombie film, but I knew of I knew of the film, and I heard it was very good. And also, what is it? Bullet Train. Quite liked that. Quite liked Bullet Train.
What the one with Brad Pitt and Aaron Taylor Johnson? Yeah. The one that came out a couple of years ago, where he's got to
I quite enjoyed
load of assassins on a train.
I quite like Bullet Train, and then you've got Snakes on a Plane. You've got the final episode of season 4 of The Bear, and what they all have in common is they take place in one small place, and that's a trilogy we could do in the future. Films in one room.
Films in one room. We're doing Reservoir Dogs
and The Room.
Yeah, and The Room.
I think that's a film. But Train to Busan sounds interesting. It's meant to be very good. Trapped on a speeding train with zombie outbreak. Hey, in World War Z, we had zombies on a plane. So
we did have zombies on a plane. I've had it with these motherfucking zombies on this motherfucking plane.
Yeah. So Train to Busan, but there's so many. And there's so many that are well rated as just cinema. So whereas I thought this is a bit gimmicky, maybe doing zombies, it's actually turned out to be really interesting.
That is the end of the 4th take. Next, we will be doing something. Let us know what to do. James, how can they tell us what to do?
You can go on our Hop page, that will be found in the description, and you can contact us on there. Also, we are active on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So any comments on any of our posts on there is a great way to get in touch and let us know what we should do for a series, for a trilogy.
There you go. Our future is in your hands. It's goodbye from Chandler.
Enjoy the little things.
It's goodbye from James.
Okay, John. Bye.
We have nutted up and shutted up. It's goodbye from
You
me.
said that every week.
Nut up or shut up, James. Nut up or shut up.
Is that the new catchphrase?
Wrong. It's Chandler's favourite phrase in the whole wide world.
3 takes stupidity.
From Zombieland.
Nut up or shut up. Or you're just gonna have to have a new one of those for every trilogy we ever do.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Please don't forget to rate and review the podcast on your platform of choice. It really helps us grow. Make sure to follow us on our socials and our individual Letterboxd accounts. The links can be found in the description or at www.hopwith2ps.bio/3takes or search for 3 Takes of Stupidity on most platforms. We're most active on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. Please send us your film and trilogy suggestions to our Hop page on social media, or you can email us at 3takesofstupidity@gmail.com. Thank you and hope to have you back.